Hello my potatoes, welcome back to another video. Bam bam bam! This video is kind of spooky actually. So, I have written a couple books that have kind of actually come true. So right now, I have the thing here. So on August, what was it? On August 31st, I started writing a book. A short story. It was just going to be a short story. I haven't finished it yet, but I decided to write a short story about this kind of thing that kept coming to my mind. I kept wanting to write a story about um, if any of you have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer or heard of it, you all know that it's about a girl named Buffy and she's got to slay vampires. It's kind of seen in the name. But so I wanted to make one where it was more like LGBTQ related. Um, so then I made it. So then this person who was born as female and later on transitions from female to male, and so his name growing up was Bethany. I don't know the full name. I can't remember the full. Actually, I can probably pull it up. So their full name was Bethany Ann Drew, with Ann being the middle name and then Drew is the last name. Um, so he grew up until he was 15. He came out as female to male transgender at the age 15, and my friend recently came out as female to male transgender slash gender fluid, um, and so this story that I'm writing is about the Slayer. In every generation, there is a chosen one. She alone will stand against the vampires, the demons, and the forces of darkness. She is the Slayer. That is the slogan of the movie or TV show. Now, the Slayer is always a girl. So when this character gets tagged as being the Slayer, at the age 15, or no, yeah, at the age 15 was when they found out that they were the Slayer, but then when they were 16, they came out as female to male transgender. Um, and then recently, my friend came out as female to male transgender slash gender fluid. Um, so the character's name that they changed their name to was Benjamin. So the short story is called Benjamin the Vampire Slayer. Now, my friend who came out as FTM, trans slash gender fluid, also chose the name Benjamin. So when they came out, I was like, wait, what? But that's like, because it's a short story, there's not much. I didn't give any description of the person, so there's not much I can go off of. There's not much evidence, I guess. 15. Okay, so not the same age, but quite close. Now, the second one is literally going to spook the shit out of you. Okay, so I wrote a duology, which is, I haven't written all of it, but I have the plans of which that I have for the duology, which is called Orphans. The first one's called Orphans. The second one is called Always. Now, Orphans. I began writing. I started writing Orphans about a year ago, and I started watching Dan and Phil about 5 or 6 months ago. This really fucks you up. So I have it here, so if I'm looking down or if I'm probably gonna hold it up like this. So first of all, I'm just gonna say this now. The main characters' names are Polly and Daniel. Dan and Phil, as in, well, Daniel for Daniel. I'm going to be referring as Daniel Howell, the YouTuber, as Dan for the sake of non-confusion. And then Polly as Phil. They both start with a P. When I was creating these characters, Polly. So the story starts off as them being like 5 years old. Polly is blonde and he's got blue eyes as a kid. Now, when he's a teenager and starts going to high school and everything, as he grows up, his hair is black and he still has blue eyes, obviously. He dresses in normal colors as usual. And Polly is right-handed in my story. Now, Daniel. So Daniel, I wanted to make this little boy with brown hair, brown eyes, make them polar opposites. Whoops. I just predicted the future. And then when he was in high school, Polly doesn't have, I don't want to spoil it, but something happens, and Polly notices that Daniel is getting beat up in high school, and Daniel's appearance is emo. Also, I wanted to have a left-handed character in my story, so I decided to make Daniel left-handed, conveniently. So, these two boys, they click it off right from the start, and they're best friends throughout the entire trilogy. Also, Polly, or Phil, didn't notice Daniel at first. Because the way they meet is Polly is sent to a new group home, and this is where Daniel and Polly meet. Polly walks into the place and he's astonished by everything. He doesn't see Daniel, but he notices the other kids, but he doesn't see Daniel at first. And then Daniel comes running and bumps into Polly on an accident. I don't know, that kind of, actually, I just found that out right now, and that kind of freaked me out. And then the fact that I want to put them together in the books, like, because I want them to be dating, but I don't know if I can. I've always had this feeling where it's like I shouldn't make them date, or how am I going to make them date? Because, the whole storyline of the thing is just gonna be all fucked up and everything. So I'm still choosing them. But if you want some proof of some of these things, I have my brainstorms and stuff that I had. So this is my brainstorm. Let me... Oh! Polly and Daniel end up getting the same room together. Dan and Phil moved in together. I don't know. It's kind of spooky. Dan and Phil moved this year, or many years back, whenever you're watching this. They had to leave the group home, and they were searching for a place together. Okay, I am together. When they're teenagers, Polly and Daniel are separated. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I had... It's weird. Okay, it's just completely weird because the first that I found out about orphans, I was like, okay, so apparently now I'll predict things and while I write stories or something. I don't know. Um, but I've written many, many, many stories, so it's hard to tell. But this one at first was like, whoa, okay, you know what? Probably just coincidence. But then Benjamin the Vampire Slayer, and then my friend coming out and changing their name to Benjamin. Okay, I'm fucking done. Okay, I am just no, just no. How? Come on. There's there's just gotta be something with that. It's weird. My foot is kind of asleep. Okay, it's the sexy and screen dance. I am a fucking psychic. Let's just get real with it. Okay. Okay. Um. So go ahead and don't like and don't subscribe to my channel. But what you should do is go subscribe to my collab channel. Yeah. Put it right here. Just people are gonna think I'm so weird. I'm doing this right in front of the window. Okay. Peace out.